Hi, everyone. Today I want to talk about space. And, whenever we think of that word, we usually think of outer space first, which definitely could be part of this message. But just space in general, how we make space in our life to have moments of reflection and to feel that sense of unconditional love and peace. So on many of these videos, I've talked about, how we can tap into unconditional love, our EQ, our truth, our trust. But none of that is really possible unless we make space in our life. And we live in a world where we don't really prioritize space. We prioritize cramming a lot into a day and a lot of information. I often would talk about cognitive overload. We definitely have, a problem of cognitive overload in our schools, with social media, in our conversations, in the news, in everything. And if we want to be able to tap into that unconditional love, that trust, that truth, that peace, we need to create space, even if it is just a small bit of time or a small space in our life. I desperately wanted space in my life more than anything because I often felt so overwhelmed by my schedule, by the amount of things on my to-do list, and just constantly running. There was a point where I had to stop myself and kind of take a step back and be like, what am I doing with this life? If I have to eat while I'm walking to get to the next meeting, and am I fully immersed and listening in that space when I'm in a meeting or wherever I'm at? And with so much cognitive overload, so much downloads, such a busy brain, are we truly present and engaging with others? Because we didn't create the space within ourselves, within our brain, within our spirit, within our lives. So again, I go back to baby steps. And one thing I started to do is just after a very busy day of work, I created space in my home, something that made me feel joy, colors, plants, using different smells, like with a diffuser with essential oils, and creating a space that I looked forward to go to and just have a little bit of downtime, just a little bit of quiet in that space. And I call this a sacred space. A sacred space to me, something sacred, is it's so special and precious, and it just fills up your spirit. So I go into that space and I try to make a commitment to myself to be in that space for as little as 10 minutes to 30 minutes a day. And sometimes we don't even have time for that. So it started with just making space within the time that I'm getting ready in the morning, like taking a shower, and using that time when the water is falling over you, like cleansing you and preparing you for the day, to make that space of quiet meditation, saying mantras, prayer, connecting with spirit, God, divine, and 10 minutes while I'm already getting ready. And it doesn't take away all of the busyness and the stress and the fact that we still pack a lot into our lives. But when we create some of that extra space, even just as short and small as it could be, it can make a huge difference over time. And I feel like starting your day and closing your day with some kind of sacred space and routine can really impact your mental health. And this would be great to teach our kids. How do we create this sacred time and space for peace, quiet, reflection at the start of our day, at the end of our day? And I wrote this in my book, The Guided Teacher, that we're so curious about outer space. And that's where I'm bringing this back around. And the unknown of outer space and discovering new planetary systems and, thinking about what other life is out there. But we aren't as curious, and maybe we're starting to have more and more that are, about that inner space, tapping into that inner world and our consciousness. Maybe sometimes that feels a little more scary than the unknown of all the outer space and everything that exists out there. But when we tap into that inner space and really dig deep, it actually helps us expand our mindset about the world we live in and about the outer space and everything that is in the unknown. So my challenge for myself to continue this work and for all is to just make a little space in your life to tap into your peace, your unconditional love, your truth, your trust, connection, and do that a little bit each day, and it will make a difference. Thank you. I love you all. Bye.